Hello everyone, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Firstly, apologies for the lighting. I just can't get it to go right. But as you can probably tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be doing a tutorial on a backwards roll. So a backwards roll is classified as a beginner gymnastics skill. If you start gymnastics, or you want to start gymnastics, this is probably one of the first skills that you will learn how to do. Although it's a beginner skill, it's a prep for later on when you learn how to do back somersaults and things like that. As with all of my tutorials, it is a beginner skill, but like with anything in gymnastics, you can get injured doing this skill. So if you don't feel comfortable doing it, then don't do it. But hopefully you'll find some of the tips that I have in this video useful. And without further ado, let's go. So before we get onto the backward roll, as with any gymnastics, we need to stretch first. So I would recommend stretching all of your body, just so everything's warm and good to go. I'm not going to do any stretches in this video. If you guys aren't sure how to stretch, then I will leave the link to the video that I did that's got a full body stretch in it. Okay, so this is what we're going to be working towards in this tutorial. This is what your backward roll should look like. So as with any gymnastic skill, you're going to want to start with your arms up by your ears. Then in your backward roll, you're going to have a very specific arm placement. So you're going to want to bring your arms down, bend your arms down so that the back of your hands are touching your shoulders. Now as you do this, you're also going to want to bend your knees. Keeping your knees together and your feet together, you're then going to crouch down towards the floor and you're going to stay tucked and roll backwards, keeping your chin on your chest. So you're going to want to keep in this tuck position and you're going to want to make sure that your hands end up on the floor like how I am here. So your hands end up flat on the floor. If you move your hands away from the position at all time, you're really going to struggle to get your hands in the right position. And the reason that you want to have your hands like this is to protect your neck. So here's a close-up of me showing you how your hands should be in your backward roll. So the hand placement and rolling backwards can be quite strange if you've never done it before. So I would recommend just rocking backwards and forwards a couple of times, getting your hands in the correct position. So the next part is the going over of the backward roll. So here you're going to need to use your hands that are flat on the floor to push yourself over, as well as using obviously the speed that has come with rolling backwards, and your knees to push over your head to push you backwards. You're then going to want to end up in a crouch position. The first couple of times, if you don't make it over, don't worry. You just got to keep practicing rolling backwards, really pushing with your hands and tucking, making sure you stay in that tuck shape and pushing over backwards. Once you've then rolled over, you're then just going to want to stand back up again. It is quite hard to do breaking the skill down, but once you do the skill in full speed, then it's a lot easier to stand straight up. So the first common mistake is going over one shoulder. Now this is quite a common mistake and it's easy to make, but you're just going to want to make sure that as you roll backwards, you push your feet over directly behind you and not over to one side. It is, something that you might do if you're a little bit nervous trying this skill, but it's going to be a lot more comfortable if you push yourself straight behind you. The second common mistake that I see is hand placement. So like I said at the beginning, it's really important that you keep your hands by your shoulders, because like you can see in this one, if you bring your arms away, you're probably not going to be able to roll over backwards because you won't be able to use your hands to push you over and keep your hands on the floor. The other common mistake with hand placement is simply just not using your hands. Now it's really important that you do place your hands down on the floor and you do your backward roll with your arms, because at the end of the day they are protecting your neck, so it's important that you do use your hands. So they are all the tips that I have for you getting your backward roll. So I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you already have your backward roll and you're looking for some ways to improve, I hope you also found it useful too. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next week with another video. Bye!